Everybody, it's your boy CI. Yay! And you are officially tuned in to the CI Radio Podcast Show for January 25th, 2018. Let's get started. So, today we're going to be talking about hypocrites in church, Palestinians, government conspiracies with the FBI and the secret society text, and also DACA, and other things that's going on in our world. So, first and foremost, a message to you so called evangelical Christians. A lot of y'all sit up here and think that Christianity was the first and only religion in the United States. That is simply not true. If you think about it, Catholicism and Islam have been here longer than Christianity. And you have to remember that there's a big difference between a religion and a cult. And sometimes we kind of get the two confused. But I'll try to break it down for you as best as I can. But the hypocrites in church, I know that there's a lot of them in my family, and there's a lot of them that I know, and I'm not going to bring their names up or mention their names or anything like that. But hypocrites are the type of people through Monday through Saturday. They talk about people from all different races and religions. They talk about black people, calling them niggers. They talk about Mexican people, calling them wetbacks and spics. They talk about Chinese people, calling them slant eyes, same way with the Koreans. And you have people Saturday through Sunday, or Monday through Saturday, they work their little jobs. They sitting there with their co-workers, laughing, calling people racist name and all of that. And then Sunday comes along, everything's all good. It's like it's like they're so holier than thou, or they're just the biggest Bible thumper that's out there, or they're this so-called Christian evangelical that doesn't do anything wrong. They don't have unprotected sex. They don't smoke weed. They don't do all of these things. That's considered typical a bad person, and you would be condemned to hell for it. But I tell you what's condemning to hell is the fact that you have these so-called pastors, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joyce Meyer, Joel Osteen, all these hypocrites. They sit up here and making millions of dollars off of your money, millions of dollars. And they talk about, oh, I believe that God tells me that this church needs a new limousine or a new landing or a private jet or a new tarmac. Do you actually think that the people of the churches actually benefit from these things? No, the money goes back into the preacher's pocket. And under George Bush, the second Bush, he signed a bill into legislation. I look at it as, they call it the FBI, but it's the faith-based initiative, to where Bush made it to where churches could not get involved in political and civil rights issues, world events. He made it to where if they get involved in all of these things, then he'll take their money away. In fact, he made it to where the churches don't have to pay any additional taxes, and it's considered a non-profit organization. And in the black communities, in the black churches make $25 to $30 million every Sunday. And what these preachers and pastors are doing, they're hoodwinking the people, and these people are foolish enough to give money to these preachers. Do we actually know what Jesus looks like? It's not the one that you see in most of the black and white churches. In fact, if you look in the Bible, it says that Jesus was born in Egypt and had hair like wool and the skin the color of bronze. So that ought to tell you that Jesus is not from the Caucasus Mountains. Okay? But there are some black people who get offended when you say Jesus is not white. There's some black people that get offended when you tell them Jesus is not Caucasian. And in fact, when that means when you bow down to somebody that is non-black, that means that you still bow down to your master and that the slave masters still own you. But black folks get so offended when you tell them that Jesus isn't white because they have been programmed. They've been programmed that all presidents should be white. They've been programmed that Santa Claus is actually a fat white man that comes down your chimney and gives you all these presents for you and your kids. It's amazing what religion can do to people to program them. So you hypocrites in church, I see you guys up there looking at those women, you preachers looking up there with those women with those dresses and all of that. I see y'all doing that. Hell, I'm a man too. If women are walking by, of course I'm going to look. But you guys are saying that adultery and fornication is strictly prohibited in the eyes of God. But I was watching Don Lemon a night or so ago on Don Lemon's show. Maybe it was last night or a couple nights. And Reverend Franklin Graham, the son of TV evangelist Billy Graham, was on Don Lemon's show. And he was basically breaking down his reasons why white evangelicals support Donald Trump. But they don't support President Obama because he was black. But they support a Russian spy who colluded with Vladimir Putin and Russia to compromise our election. This dude just paid off $130,000 to a porn star by the name of Stormy Daniels, who vehemently he denies. They defend Trump when it comes to racism, saying that, oh, well, we can't remember if he said shithole or shithouse. And then tries to validate his reasons on the reasons why he didn't say that. Oh, he didn't say that. He's not a racist. He's the least racist person that you know. But he talked about the people from Africa, from Haiti, from Nigeria, from Egypt, from all the Middle Eastern countries, from Cuba, from Mexico, saying that everybody brings in AIDS and drugs and crime. They're rapists. No, he's talking about people of color. And if you look at the same situation that's going on, it's the same thing that Adolf Hitler did with the European Jews back in World War II. They branded them. They wanted to deport them. Hell, they even wanted to kill them, or they did kill them. And they put them on trains and they sent them back to whatever country that they thought they came from. It's the same thing that Trump is doing with the Dreamers. It's the same thing that he's sitting up here saying, well, I'm not going to give you a deal unless the wall is included. That's racism. That's white supremacy at its finest. But these white evangelicals and these black evangelicals are so fucking hoodwinked by this motherfucker that they believe that he was handpicked and selected by God to be the president. But isn't adultery and infidelity crimes? It's against God's rules and principles. For all you so-called Bible thumpers out there, for all you so-called religious hypocrites. But y'all didn't pray for President Obama. Y'all wanted him to fail because the man was black. And you guys think that the only thing that a black man could do is shine your shoes, cook your food, rap, sing, catch a football, dribble a basketball. That's all you think that we can do. But when it comes to being president, that's where it becomes an issue and a problem. So I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody had hit my my phone up. But yeah, it's kind of crazy how people are they just seem like these white evangelicals are taken up for a racist, a Russian spy who worked with the Russian government to win the election. He's under investigation by Special Counsel Robert Mueller, and they're investigating for possibly obstruction of justice, which is not enough to get him impeached. It's enough to throw a crime on him, but not enough to get him impeached. Then you look at money laundering, treason, espionage, all of these things Trump is facing, but the right wing, white evangelical, Christian evangelicals are still supporting this guy. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The Republicans are being silent when it comes to this. And if I was the Democrats, I would not play into Trump's hands as far as getting a deal worked out when it comes to DACA. That's white supremacy at its finest. And let me make this clear. Just because I talk about racism does not make me a racist. And a lot of people out there are not going to like the truth. They're not going to want to hear the truth. But the truth shall set you free. And there's a lot of people in America that are going about their daily routine, their daily life, and not knowing what is really going on. The Palestinians. So Trump makes a trip to Davos, Switzerland, and he meets with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He is saying that he is going to withdraw government aid to the Palestinians if they don't, quote unquote, go along with Jerusalem being acknowledged as the capital of Israel. Does he not realize that the Palestinians are the real Jews that are descendants of Abraham and Noah and Moses? But he claims to be such a stable Jesus and a man of God. You, white evangelicals, Christians, supported this idiot. In the Muslim religion, it talks about that no matter who you are, you're supposed to respect a person's faith, birth of origin, and religion. For some strange reason, they're not pointing this out in the Christian religion. What's up with that? That is your president and not mine. So the Palestinians are the real Jews that are descendants from Abraham, Noah, and Moses. If you look at the Holy Quran and if you look at the Holy Bible, there's a lot of similarities between the two. And I'm sick and tired of living in a world where just because a person that comes from Syria, a refugee from Syria, is considered a terrorist. I'm sick and tired of people saying that Mexicans are so bad and they bring in drugs, they're rapists, they bring in crime. I'm sick and tired of living in a racist society. Has any Mexican person ever did anything to you? Has any Middle Eastern Muslim person did anything to you? Those are questions that seems that nobody wants to answer. This president has the lowest approval rating and out of all presidents. They have control of the House and the Senate, and they've only passed one bill. And if you look at the way things are, then he gets Neil Gorsuch, a bad choice for Supreme Court. Probably the worst, other than can't think of the name is Thomas Roberts. I guess that's the man's name. Yeah. Somebody like him, oh God. I mean, the Supreme Court picks just gets worse and worse every time. You do not even have to be a lawyer to even run or be nominated for Supreme Court. All you have to do is have a president, whoever's president at that time, nominate you to be on the Supreme Court. You don't have to be a judge. You don't have to be an attorney, lawyer, or any of that. Which, that is really, really crazy. So, America, wake up. Get off your racist ass shit and look at what we're dealing with. Look at our future of our kids and our grandkids. What's happening with that? Most parents don't even teach them about politics. You know what these parents do? Oh, go play Call of Duty. Go get on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we have sex robots now. That ought to let you know how sick we are. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. These evangelicals support this person for all the things that he does, that he's been doing. Money laundering with Russia. None of the New York banks would give him any money. He's aided and abetted with a foreign government to compromise our democracy and our election. Oh, he was chosen by God to do that. Most of you rappers out there aren't even talking about it. You're not even talking about this stuff. And when you do talk about it, you're a little bit too late. But you guys can't talk about it because of the Illuminati, which brings me up to my next topic. In the secret society, supposedly, which I've always knew, that within the federal government, okay, supposedly in the FBI, there has been some text messages that have been either compromised, stolen, or intercepted, and it said something about a secret society. I guess they're thinking that it's a secret society because Trump got elected or whatever the case may be. No, it's a secret society because you guys are afraid of your secrets coming out. Now people know about the Illuminati. I hear congressmen on CNN, Representative Charlie Dent from Pennsylvania was mentioning the secret society. The secrets are out. Who do you think killed Dr. Martin Luther King? Who do you think killed Malcolm X? Who do you think killed Robert and John F. Kennedy? The secret society, the Freemason, the Baphomet movement. And when it comes to people in Hollywood, a lot of these independent artists like myself have been grinding and putting out music for years. And to our family, even some of our friends, some of our homeboys, those who are closest to us, have a tendency to underestimate our goals and our talents. They think that just because you're not on TV, you're not getting all of these awards, you're not good enough. But they don't realize that there's a dark side to Hollywood. In order to get the riches and glory like Jay-Z and Beyonce or Drake, you have to be initiated and inducted into the Baphomet Secret Society Illuminati movement. And they're trying to make it harder for independent artists like myself in order to make it in this industry. As an independent artist, you have to spend your own money. You have to build your own fan base. But being independent has a lot of power. You know, so always keep that in mind. These people that you see on TV would not even be on TV if they didn't sell their soul for riches and gold. But a lot of people that don't know the industry, don't know the movie industry, don't know the music industry, y'all ain't going to believe it. Y'all think, oh man, C.I. is crazy. He's just, you know what I'm saying? He's a hater. He's just like that. No, I'm telling you the truth. I have colleges and universities that are wanting to pay me top dollar for my intellect because of the things that I'm bringing out that most of y'all are not going to ever believe. But keep watching the news. The secret society, all the secrets of the government and Hollywood. Look at Harvey Weinstein. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at Prince. Look at Whitney Houston. Look at Tupac, Eazy-E, Pimp C, Jam Master Jay. All these people were taken because they were a threat to the secret society. So the only way to get rid of them is to kill them or to blackball their career. Because once you start asking too many questions and wanting to know all the answers to these questions, that's when you become a threat. So, you hypocrites in church, whether you black or white, no matter what religion that you pray to, you will have to be held accountable at the hands of God. On Judgment Day, you will be held accountable. And if all you preachers are stealing all the money from the congregation or the people, shame on you. You are going to have to answer before God. I am your host, CI. Yay! And you have been officially tuned into the CI Radio Podcast Show for January 25th, 2018. Make sure you stay up to updates for me. You can follow me on my YouTube channel, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, you can find my music on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Stay tuned for more updates from CI News coming to you each and every day. We talk about the issues that nobody else talks about. So make sure you stay tuned for CI. Y'all have a good rest of the day, and I will holler back later on. Y'all be good and y'all stay up. Peace.